What's up, Buffs Nation?
When I talk about that, we talk about that, we can talk about that.
So it appears that one of the insiders out there, national guy, thinks that Colorado's got some great news coming down the line. So we're going to talk to you, we're going to talk to him, we're going to talk to you, we're going to talk to you. We're going to tell y'all about it because this comes down the line, it's a wrap, especially for next season. We also got to talk about a little bit later, some media members are really talking reckless about Colorado. I'll explain that. Let's dive into that here on the Prime Time for College Football. So, we all know that Colorado is working their butts off right now to shore up this class. Got to bring in some elite players. Got to bring in some of the future because you're going to lose Travis Hunter. You're going to lose Sheduer Sanders. And now you got to start backfilling those positions. You got to look to the future while also playing for today. Well, Colorado just got themselves a big-time crystal ball that just dropped for the player you all been waiting for, Julian Lewis. We're not going to bury the leads, jump into that, but I'm going to explain what that means. So we all know that Juju most recently came to the Cincinnati game at the crib. And let me explain why this crystal ball coming now tells us that it's most likely going to happen. But he came to the Cincinnati game and we chopped it up with our guy, Phillip Dukes. Make sure you check him out. Have him back on again soon. And he talked about how at that game, you can tell that not only the recruits that were in town were enjoying themselves, but Juju and Carday Smitty was really just taking in the environment. Like the environment feels like it's for the culture. That's one of the big things that I've been hearing from not only like Dukes, but other recruits is they love it. And so Tom Lloyd over at 247 put out a crystal ball and dropped an article. And there's one big point I want to point out here. He's saying that Julian Lewis has been planning a trip to Indiana. As we all know, there's a coach on the staff that is part of Julian's past, and that Juju is planning a trip out there to go see him, go see Indiana, and he's planned 2 trips. Indiana was the biggest competitor to Colorado and USC for services, and right now, Indiana's 10-0, one of the top teams in the country. They're in the top 5, and the expectation was that he may end up at Indiana because of how good they're doing and keeping that party going. Well, since that was the case, we were all wondering if Colorado truly had a chance to win its services. He showed up for the Cincinnati game, had a blast, and it sounds like, yeah, he is legitimately interested in what Colorado has to offer. So because of that, Juju has canceled both trips that he was supposed to have at Indiana. So the last couple home games, he was supposed to have been going out there, and he didn't go. Both trips kept being canceled. Indiana kept expecting him, and he wasn't showing up. So because of that, now it sounds like Indiana is fully out because Juju still shows up to Colorado. And I won't be surprised if Juju shows up to the Utah game where Big Noon is going to be at. Unless high school ball travel is going to be tough. If that's the case, he'll be at the Oklahoma State game the day after Thanksgiving. That's my expectation. I have nobody saying it, but it looks like that's probably what's going to happen. So he comes after Thanksgiving. He shows up to that game. There's a good chance that the following week he's going to sign with Colorado. But Lloyd's put in his crystal ball, and it sounds like he's not the only one that's going to be dropping in a crystal ball prediction for him to flip to Colorado. Others have also weighed in. And the sense is they're probably going to make that flip. And Colorado landing their quarterback of the future is huge. You got Sheduer going to be gone. And because Sheduer is headed to the pros, this is a great opportunity for Juju, especially with Pat Shurmur out there making it happen for Sheduer Sanders and making them, prepping them for the NFL. That's the big news that's dropping. Let me know what y'all think. with him coming to that Cincinnati game, him and Carday kicking, I think Carday's going to flip with them. I think they're going to come as a package. And now the big thing is bringing in some elite skills position guys to make sure that things are solid for Juju. That offensive line should be good for next season. But I'm sensing that Colorado's got the big stuff going. All right, so some additional news that just came down the line today. The AP poll dropped. Yep. What does that mean, guys? Colorado has moved up in the coaches poll to number 20, moved up to 18 in the AP poll, and now on Tuesday night we'll find out Colorado's fate in the college football playoff rankings. And I'm going to be honest, I expect them to be right around the spot that they have in AP or maybe a little bit higher. People are paying attention to what Colorado's doing, and we're starting to see some little love. Now, that coaches one, felt that was a little disrespectful. 20. The Buffs should be higher than that. I'm thinking 18 is probably a very fair spot with the way everybody else is ranked. But Colorado right now moving up into that ranking does nothing but basically confirm just how what the Buffs are doing this season. So moving up into the top 20, they're right in front of Clemson, right behind Clemson, and being 20 on the coaches poll, being right behind Kansas State. I get the coaches think that they should be behind Kansas State because they lost that game to Kansas State. Kansas State's lost 2 games in conference. To me, at this point, you should go ahead and move Colorado ahead. Plus, they lost to Houston last time. I get it. It was a last-minute win for Kansas State, but why are we going ahead and keeping them ahead? That feels disrespectful. Feel like they're purposely calling them out. But, yeah, to me, think that Colorado should be ahead of them. But I think the College Football Playoff Committee is probably going to agree with us. We'll see what they give us, because last week they initially had Colorado right behind Kansas State. But because of that win against Tech, I think they're going to make them jump right ahead of them. Let me know what y'all think on that. Hop in the comments. We want to hear from you all. All right, Buffs. They got some more news that popped up. I'm gonna jump in and talk about that. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of the videos. Sheduer had to call out the media and call out the opposition. He had to call out Texas Tech people, because it was definitely Texas Tech fans and their media people that were trying to really disrespect the kid and disrespect what Colorado's doing, because we all know that everybody's against the Buffs. Shout out to Joe Clapp, man. He's fighting the battle, the good battle for the people, because, man, everybody is coming hardcore at Colorado. So let's dive into that. We'll talk about that next video tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the college football playoffs once that launches. Y'all be good. Be easy. Let's go Buffs.